son Ethan.
Yeah, Ethan Roseman's one of the best sophomores in the state of Indiana. Really strong kid, heady player, knows how to get to the basket. Really has a really good mid-range jump shot, and that'll be on display tonight. But Scotty Semler and Colin Guy both started for these guys last year. Good role players, play defense, get after it, rebound, can score a little bit too. They're both football kids.
Yeah.
And obviously Colin, the younger brother of Kyle Guy too. So, he's definitely got the basketball gene in him.
And there's no doubt about it when you speak of this Bishop Chatard team, physical. I mean, you got all these football players on there. They're going to be a very physical team again this year.
And that is always a trademark of Chatard basketball because they're all football kids.
Yeah.
Those Northside Deanery CYO kids, they love to hit you. They love to get after it. And they're going to need that tonight because Heritage Christian has a 6'8" kid who scored 18 points in the season opener, Luke Peters.
By the way, when you speak of Ethan Roseman, last year over 14 points, over 3 assists and 3 rebounds per game. He's the only double-digit scorer. So they've got to find somebody else to complement him. You'd already mentioned Colin Guy, only a 4-point scorer last year. Scotty Semler was under 4, so they got to find somebody else to step up with him.
Absolutely. I think they'll have that. I know Coach Roachman does a great job. It's hard at Chatard. I can tell you from personal experience myself as a student athlete and as a coach. When your team makes a deep run in the state tournament in football, you're already behind the 8 ball. But I think that at Chatard, you're kind of used to it.
Yeah.
So it's kind of ingrained in the culture. And boom, right away, you're coming off. You got a conference game to start the season against a game that's probably considered a rivalry.
Yeah.
And you're going to have to be ready to play.
Yeah, in fact, we'll talk about they played twice last year. It's a conference game here tonight. When we come back, we'll talk about Heritage Christian. Went through a lot of, I would say, turmoil last year on the coaching side of things. Maybe didn't live up to their expectations. We'll come back and talk about the Eagles next right here on IndianaSRN.
To you. Standing with us. You are truly making a difference in the lives of our neighbors in need.
Back here at Heritage Christian on this Friday night. There's a lot of big games coming up this weekend, and we'll talk about some of those games when we get an opportunity. We'll also check out the latest AP polls as you see Heritage Christian making their way out onto the court tonight. And we had mentioned before we went to the break that last year it was a team that we all kind of felt they underachieved. Yeah, Miles Colvin, an all-star. He's on his way to Purdue, in fact, playing there and getting some playing time now. But last year, something didn't gel the entire year.
No, you're right, Troy. And I know it was a little disappointing. Also, their first year in 3A. And I don't know if that, was something that caught up to them. But I can tell you, in the city, the 465 limits here, they're going from 2A to 3A is a big jump because there's some really good basketball teams and coaches in Class 3A here. And I don't know if that was something that hurt them. Certainly running the Rebuffin sectional never helps.
Yeah.
But, I think it's a chance for Heritage Christian to hit the reset button, a new cast of kids and a new coach coming in with a new system. And, they responded well holding Columbus North to 29 points the other night.
Yeah, that was really a big surprise right there. And they did pick up that win 29. Luke Peters, you mentioned him a little bit ago, 18.6 rebounds. That's big. About 6'8" kid who last year only averaged just under 4 points per game.
Yeah, and that shows, the kind of growth he had in the summer and in the offseason. And that's a heck of a job. If he can sustain those type of numbers, which I think Heritage Christian only hit 2 threes the other night, So they're going to need that inside presence to score continuously and consistently all season long.
Yeah, 2 of 11 from three-point range, which, if my math is correct, that's about 18%, which I hear is not really good in the three-point area.
That's right.
DJ Green, another young man who stepped up in that win over Columbus North, he had 13, so he'll be another guy that they'll look for. But there are some other areas that you look around and you go, who's going to fill some of these other holes, because they lost a lot of kids outside of losing Miles Colvin. They lost a lot of the kids last year.
Yes, they did. And again, I think, it's funny, Troy, you were talking about it off the air last week. Now this is a chance for someone to throw the ball in the post.
Yeah.
And we get to see a post player. And so, again, that's not something that's prevalent in basketball in general anymore. So if you have a kid you can go to inside and play around and play off of, it can give you a distinct advantage because not too many teams are going to play against it.
No doubt about it. I'm going to ask you, we'll get keys to the ball game here in a couple of moments as we start to wind down the pregame. And by the way, the girls' game finished moments ago in our doubleheader here tonight with Bishop Chatard. You made a good point. They're probably used to this, being behind the 8 ball a little bit in their first game. How much do you expect out of them here tonight on the road in game number 1?
First game of the season on the road, like you said. I think they'll come out. Maybe you'll see some turnovers early, some rust, trying to get the football out of them. But I think with Roseman running the show and him being strictly a basketball kid, he can provide some stability. Coach's kid, point guard, knows what he's doing. I think he'll raise up to the occasion tonight.
One of many games tonight. By the way, the other big game tonight in 4A is number 2 Westfield and number 12 Noblesville. We'll try to keep an eye on that game, and if we get an opportunity, there are a lot of big games tomorrow, all the way from 4A down to 1A. We'll get a chance and run those down in sometime during the broadcast tonight, plus brand new polls out this week. I know polls don't mean a whole lot, but it gives us something to talk about this early in the season. So a lot to go on here on a Friday night as we're now into what I believe week 3 of the high school boys basketball season. A lot of teams haven't played a ton of games as of yet, but we will certainly, once we get into the rolling here in December into January, it's going to be very, very busy. We will come back. It'll be Bishop Chatard and Heritage Christian coming up in just moments right here on IndianaSRN. We encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, IndianaSRN. Hit the bell to get notifications for upcoming games and more. Watch as many games as you want, as many times as you want.
At Morales Group Staffing, we are all about building better futures. And during these times, we are working hard to put people to work. We are now hiring for hundreds of jobs with pay up to $17 an hour. Visit our website at moralesgroup.net or text JOBS, JOBS, to 317-472-7600 to apply now and get hired today.
From warehousing to transportation and everything in between, Piper Logistics does it all. Centrally located, Piper Logistics has 2 warehouses in Indianapolis and a warehouse in Cincinnati, Ohio. Piper Logistics houses over 1 million square feet. Along with our transportation department, we can provide service to half the United States markets.
We encourage you to follow us on Twitter at IndianaSRN. Find upcoming games, video highlights, and much more. Follow us now at IndianaSRN. We encourage you to follow us on Twitter at IndianaSRN. Find upcoming games, video highlights, and much more. Follow us now at IndianaSRN.
Can't get to a computer? Then we've got you covered. Just go to the IndianaSRN app and stay up to date with all of your favorite teams. You can watch live coverage or relive the experience with our on-demand service.
Back here once again at Heritage Christian. It is the second game of the season for the Eagles. Game number 1 for Bishop Chatard. I want to go downstairs to our public address announcer and get the starters for tonight's matchup. We'll start first off with Bishop Chatard. There have starters for both teams, and we're ready to get this one underway here in just moments. Christoph, your thoughts? What are the keys to this one tonight?
Well, for Heritage Christian, they're going to have to come out and match the guard play of Chatard. Like I said, with Roseman and Guy, those are veteran guards. Those are talented guards. HC needs to make sure they can stay with those guys and then just run their offense, do what they do to get good shots. For Chatard, they need to stop Luke Peters inside. Obviously, at 6'8", he's the tallest kid on the floor. They're going to have to match him. And then it's first game of the season. Come out, play within yourself, calm your nerves. Yeah. That's the key. That's the key tonight. Enjoy playing basketball.
All right, here we go. Bishop Chatard will be in their traveling blue. The ball tipped and eventually into the hands of Sam Feeney. If you don't recognize that name from football, one of the all-state players on the state championship football team, and they immediately go inside Ethan Roseman, and Roseman will be fouled and go to the line for two.
Well, there you see Roseman right away right there. Nice little set play. The thing about him, he's only 6 foot tall, but he plays like a power forward when he gets downhill. And he can score inside. He has a very good post game. Yeah,
he certainly does. And you saw that moments ago, and the free throw is missed. He'll try one more. So it's Roseman, Semler, Feeney, Moore, and Vaden starting tonight for Bishop Chatard. Peters, Green, Loudon, McGee, and Schnippel going this evening for Heritage, and missing both free throws here early for Roseman.
Uncharacteristic of him, he's a very good free throw shooter, shot over 80% last year.
Good crowd on hand. Of course, you see the student section just up the top of your screen. The drive down the lane and a foul the other way, and that will put DJ Green to the line for two.
Good take there, saw an angle, got downhill with his right hand, went up and drew contact.
Scott Semler picks up the foul. That'll be his first. And our first look here tonight at DJ Green. We'd mentioned Green had 13 points in that win over Columbus North. And we are not having a good night so far from the free throw line. We're 0 for. So one more here for Green. Averaged 1.7 points per game last year in limited action. And he misses both. And Bishop Chatard comes away with it.
Well, we're all square.
Oh, aren't we? We're just might as well start over here. This is Roseman with the basketball. Draws the double team. Semler will back it away and reset it. Almost 1 minute in here in this matchup tonight in our boy-girl doubleheader. This once again is Roseman. Lost it. First turnover of the ball game. Back the other way, Heritage Christian driving and scoring at the other end. And that'll be Cole Loudon getting the first two.
Nice stop and then way to convert in transition there.
So now the Trojans with the basketball. The drive, the kick, shot in the corner for three is no good. Cash Moore, and they'll get it back. Moore missing his first attempt. High screen by Feeney. Roseman shot it short, was challenged there by Peters.
And there you kind of see the nerves from Chatard earlier in their first game here. Questionable shot there, trying to get in the flow of the offense. Just got to calm down. They'll be okay.
Ball loose on the baseline, the drive, the kick out. Here's a three from the right wing. It is good. That'll be Josh McGee.
Tell you what, Heritage Christians looked really good here early on both ends of the floor. They're playing with really good pace, and they did a really good job defensively knowing where Roseman's at.
So Bishop Chatard down 5-0 early. A strong drive and a block shot. The block by Schnippel. Let's take a look at that three-pointer moments ago.
Beautiful drive, drew the defender. Man was ready to shoot, knocked it in.
Tell you what, that double team down there ends up costing Bishop Chatard, so they'll have the basketball here. Still looking for their first points. Pull up in the lane, way short on the shot. That was Scotty Semler. And Heritage with the basketball once again in the half court. The double team against McGee. Here's Peters. Starts to drive baseline. The kick out once again. Here's another three from the elbow. That's way off the mark. Peters going for the loose basketball. And we'll head the other way. And almost a steal here on the near side by Loudon.
Like I said, I really like what I'm seeing out of Heritage Christian early. They're playing with a sense of urgency. There's purpose. They're flying around on both ends.
We mentioned a really good crowd here in this matchup tonight. We didn't see many crowds like this last year, but maybe a renewed sense of getting things rolling again on the right side. Here's a shot on the way. That's going to be missed. That was Cash Moore, and we've got a rebounding foul against Bishop Chatard. They will get Sam Feeney picking up number 1.
No surprise Feeney's going to be physical at all, right?
Yeah.
Well, you can kind of see the football coming out of the Chatard kids early here. Like I said, they'll settle in. They'll be fine.
Makes you think about driving down the lane and not taking a shot there from Feeney.
Isn't that the truth?
About 6'2", 6'3", 200-plus pounds, and certainly getting many offers. Last one at Ball State. Loudon with a crossover, pull-up lefty, no good, and Bishop Chatard comes away with it. This is Semler. Semler deep in the corner, dangerous pass, able to get it back. Roseman looking to find a shot here. Guarded there by Green. Dangerous pass. Scoop shot up and good. Tough shot there by Cash Moore.
Did a good job driving and then using his head fakes, getting the guy off his feet. Timed it perfectly, went up and finished it.
So Chatard gets their first 2 points. And now Heritage with the basketball once again. Near steal. Strong drive. And coming down with it, it goes out of bounds. And it was last touched by DJ Green. Thought maybe there would have been a jump ball right there. But take a look at this nice shot at the other end of the floor. Once again by Cash Moore.
Man, Sam Feeney got a piece of that block shot. He's pumped up. I love it. Great energy. Great energy.
So the ball goes back over once again to Bishop Chatard. Each team with a turnover here early. Trojans working in the half court. Little screen and roll, but a turnover. Back the other way we go. The drive here by Green, and a whistle and a foul. And that'll go once again against Bishop Chatard.
Heritage Christian is doing a very good job following their scouting report, especially on the pick and rolls that Roseman's involved in. They're just not letting him breathe. They're showing, they're switching, doing a little bit of everything to make life very hard on Ethan.
So DJ Green at the line for the third and fourth times already tonight. He's 0 for 3. Into the lineup now, Chris Hill, a 5'10 sophomore for Bishop Chatard. Chris, one of the backup quarterbacks on the football team, and also Colin Guy has checked in. Second free throw is good, 1 of 4 tonight now for Green. So each team now going to their bench with under 4 minutes remaining here in the opening quarter. This is Guy. The drive and a whistle and a foul. Will they count the bucket? Yes.
He didn't waste any time.
He did not, did he?
Yeah.
Colin Guy had a heck of a year on the football field and hoping to do the same here. Take another look at it.
Way to draw contact, go up and finish.
Landon Schnippel picks up the foul. That'll be his first. DJ Fisher coming in now for Bishop Chatard. Will we see a lot of players tonight for Chatard, do you think, just trying to see where they're at?
Oh, I'm sure, because with only 2 weeks of real practice, I think coach is wanting to see who can give him what and kind of see what lineups work. So I wouldn't be surprised to see that at all.
The Trojans go a little bit smaller right here. Again with Hill in the lineup. Colin Guy's at about 6 foot. We have a foul, and the basket will count.
NBA continuation.
Yeah,
there,
you got to like that, huh?
Yeah.
I think they called that foul. Let's take another look at it. They're going to get.
I think it was on Guy.
Yeah.
Yep.
Colin Guy picked up his first. So DJ Green back to the free throw line. This is already his 5th trip to the line in the opening quarter.
He's been very aggressive. He sees an angle, he goes.
Coach, you better get down there and help him a little bit. He's struggling.
He's left 5 points on the board already.
8-5 your score. Trojans basketball. This is Hill. Down the lane, got pushed, and we've got another foul, and we're going to be adding up some fouls pretty quickly here tonight.
That's right. I think we've seen two physical teams playing with a lot of energy that have not played much this year, and it's showing early.
Chris Hill, just a sophomore.
And that was a good take by Hill. He just beat him with straight speed on that. And a lot of times when you try to recover, you end up fouling.
We've already seen a ton of two-shot fouls here tonight. He'll get one more. Colin Guy now leading Bishop Chatard with 3. On the other side, 3 points by Green, 3 by McGee. Second free throw is good. Back to a one-point ball game, and there's a little trap here put together by Bishop Chatard.
Good job by Coach Roseman here, kind of change up the pace, make Heritage Christian think a little bit.
Good look there at DJ Green. Haven't seen Peters too much yet on offense. Here's a pull-up shot and another foul, and this will be a 3-point attempt here, and the foul will go against DJ Fisher.
That's a tough one to take there. You get a guy shooting a 3 off the dribble, and he looked deep too. And then, kind of run into him and hit him there. That was a no-brainer.
Lincoln Taug will go to the free throw line now for 3. I tell you what, we're going to be here a long time. You better kind of settle in, because right now we're going to shoot a ton of free throws.
Yeah, Heritage Christian alone has probably been to the line almost, 8 or 9, 10 times by now.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This will be 9 by the time he's done. By the way, missed that one in case you.
Well, the new rule change might help us tonight, Troy.
It might, yeah. Yeah, believe me, it can't hurt at this stage.
Right.
He gets 1 of 3, and we're talking about a lot of misses already for Heritage Christian from the free throw line, but they still hold on to a 2-point lead. Really aggressive defense here by Heritage Christian, but good ball movement, and the shot is blocked out of bounds. Colin Guy had what he thought was going to be wide open jumper. There's Peters.
Next thing you know, you got a 6'7", 6'8" guy running at you. Changes the dynamic a little bit.
What's wrong with that little shot fake? Let him go by, then shoot.
Then shoot, that's right. Give him a couple more weeks to get out the football out and really do that. Yep.
Yeah, he didn't believe in faking until he gets a couple of practices in. Here's Roseman missing. And Roseman still scoreless, averaged over 14 per game last year. Cole Loudon running the point. Under 2 minutes remaining now here in period number 1. Strong drive. Loudon feeds inside. Peters can't get it to go.
That was good ball movement, good headiness from all players out there, starting with Taug in that pass to the corner.
Shot by Roseman in the lane, good, and Ethan Roseman on the board.
And that is his game. He does a great job for a 15-year-old kid of getting in the paint, and he just rises up and he shoots at the top. That's why he has such a high percentage shooting there.
Yeah, he really got some big-time playing time last year. That's going to be a travel back the other way as Loudon, the second turnover now for Heritage Christian.
And I think that's what Chatard's trying to do, speed him up a little bit, get him Heritage Christian out of sync, and see if they can't force some turnovers or some bad shots.
So coming up on 1 minute, period number 1, Bishop Chatard looking to take the lead. Well, a lot of contact out front, and we're going to get a foul call, and it's going to go against Bishop Chatard.
Ran him over, 2 hands extended, and he's running a straight route there and ran him over.
Into the lineup now for Heritage Christian will be Josh McGee once again. So Bishop Chatard had a chance to take the lead right there. Now Heritage will get the basketball. Let's see what they'll do with the final minute to go.
Chatard kind of ramping up the pressure a little bit here.
Here's a downtown 3 on the way. That's no good. Then the ball's going to be tipped out of bounds. Last touched by Josh McGee. It was Loudon who shot that three.
That's the second one he shot like that. He's not bashful. He must be able to make those shots.
In practice.
Yeah. It'll carry over the game for him.
So back to Heritage Christian once again. That's Roseman, back to Hill. Roseman down the lane, scoop shot up and good, and Roseman has 4 quick ones.
And the help wasn't there that time. He was patient, beat him with his left hand going middle. The help's got to come quicker. When you get beat, that's just too easy.
So now Chatard with a 2-point lead. Here's Loudon once again. Taug will give it up. They'll work it once again here on the near side of McGee. Peters working out on the perimeter. Taug will shoot the three. Can't get it to go. The ball tipped up and missed, but Peters there to clean it up off the miss by McGee.
Good job by Heritage not giving up on the play and getting the fruits of the rewards with the second chance point there.
Nothing decided after one. We're tied at 11.
We really focus on modern application development, DevOps, so automating the whole process of delivering your solution, and cloud architecture.
It's very important for mid to large companies to have cloud partners because you can't possibly have all the talent you need to address the complex ecosystem of the cloud.
We advise them on all parts of their business. And then when things are defined and we see a clear goal, Clean Slate also then goes and does the work.
We have a team that is very passionate about what they do. We love to solve complex problems, and there's a lot of companies out there that will avoid getting involved in those things, and I think that's why clients like to work with us.
Tonight's game brought to you in part by Wheeler Mission Thrift Store. So when you shop, you're not just buying a purse or an end table. You plan to refinish. You're providing critical funds that help men, women, and children to get back on their feet. Your purposeful purchase provides help and hope. Be sure to be the first one to snag a deal by stopping by at 8640 East 96th Street in Indianapolis. Well, after one, 11-11. No really big surprises, I guess, in that first quarter.
No, not at all. Just two teams coming out and getting after it. Kids out here having fun. It's what you like to see.
I want to talk about some of those other big games that are going on. A lot coming up on Saturday. The drive and the wild shot missed. It goes out of bounds. Last touched, I do believe, by Bishop Chatard off the miss there by Lincoln Taug.
And Taug went in there. I think he's got to calm his nerves a little bit. He had the right idea, just had a little too much oomph on it.
We mentioned Peters getting that last tip in, and that'll be a turnover. A little pass too low. That'll be the third turnover now by Heritage Christian. Tomorrow, number 1 Fishers will take on number 5 Kokomo in one of the big 4A matchups. Brownsburg, number 7, they take on number 8 Chesterton. And also number 9 Addicts will take on number 12 Noblesville. Those are 3 games in 4A to watch tomorrow. Roseman for 3, can't get it to go. Rebound by McGee.
Yeah, no, there's going to be a lot of good games in Class 4A tomorrow, especially with the Forum Credit Union Tip-Off Classic down there in Southport in all classes.
Another 3 missed. It'll be Bishop Chatard. Yeah, you have Guerin back in action after they lost to Westfield the other night in 3A, taking on number 5 Heritage Hills. Ball tipped into the backcourt. Good look there at Scotty Semler.
And that could be a preview of a semi-state game right there.
It could. Also had number 4 Delta taking on 2A number 4 Tipton on Saturday. And then, of course, Indianapolis Lutheran. They're playing their first game tomorrow. They're number 2 in 1A. They'll take on number 5 Greenwood Christian. Pull-up jumper in the way. Good. And there is Ethan Roseman.
Like we said earlier, that's his game right there. Get in the middle of the court, just get an inch of space, elevate up over the defender. He shoots it at the top, just like you want to be taught to do, and he usually makes it.
Bishop Chatard now with a 1-point lead. Good look here at DJ Green. He'll fire the 3 off the back of the iron, and we have a rebounding foul that will go, I believe, against Heritage Christian. And we're going to get a 30-second timeout right here. Want to remind you, tonight's game brought to you in part by Officially Human. Thanks to today's officials for their dedication and hard work. Without them, we don't play. If you don't have something nice to say, don't say anything at all. Sportsmanship is everyone's job. And don't forget also Christmas music going on IndianaSRN. You can't beat this holiday season. We'll have the soundtrack covered. Festive tunes. Of course, log on to IndianaSRN.org. Click on Music 24/7. I think the last time you and I together, we were up at Mount Vernon, and he said everything will be fine as long as Keith doesn't do any of his soundtracks. We'll be okay.
That's right. That's going to be the ongoing theme.
Yes. Yeah. Keep him quiet as much as you can. All right. After the foul call, Bishop Chatard chance to build on a 2-point lead. It seems like they've kind of settled down a little bit more here in period number 2.
Absolutely.
Roseman, the 3, can't get it to go.
Tough shot there, shooting a contested 3 over a hand right there. Like you said, just keep the patience down, you'll be fine.
So now Heritage Christian. Peters posting up underneath. Peters is 6'8", but he doesn't have a whole lot of meat on those bones. I mean, he's kind of a skinny 6'8". The ball loose in the corner, and it will go over to Bishop Chatard. That'll be turnover number 4.
Chatard is doing a good job being physical, and along with that physicality, using their athleticism as well, and it has caused Heritage some problems here. They scored 5 minutes, 5 points, the first 2 possessions, only 6 points since.
This is a Bishop Chatard team who, by the way, just turned it over for the second time. They don't have a ton of size, and 'tis the season for giving. Ball goes in and out of the hands of Peters. That's number 5.
Well, you're right, Troy. They don't, but they have a lot of athleticism. They have a lot of toughness, and you're seeing that on display, and that makes up for that lack of height. But certainly, right now, Heritage Christian's got to find themselves. I think that's why Coach Granger used that timeout just a minute ago.
By the way, their tallest player is Harrison Forrestal, their tight end in football. He's 6'4", but has not seen playing time here tonight. So right now, Bishop Chatard using a lot of players that are 6'2" to guard a 6'8" post player. Roseman kind of forced that shot.
Way off balance on that one.
And here come the Eagles back the other way. Getting trapped with the basketball is Taug, so he'll give it up out front. Now to Josh McGee. McGee had an early 3, has been quiet ever since. The drive, the kick. Here's Taug for 3. That's off the back of the iron, and the rebound by Scotty Semler.
Good set there. Horns, dribble, handoff action. Got a pin down the opposite way. Got a good look.
Semler wide open the corner for 3 is good. First bucket, I should say second bucket by Cash Moore, but his first 3-pointer.
Cash did a good job getting to the corner. The defense had to help on the drive. Great job kicking out.
Kind of a nice hustle right there by Sam Feeney to step in front of Peters. Here's your 3. Keep that little 3 signal on the way down the floor.
That's right.
Back in my day, we didn't have the 3-point line, so we can never do that. So we had to do it the old-fashioned way.
Yeah.
16-11. By the way, that 5-point lead, the biggest lead of the ball game now for Bishop Chatard. Heritage has yet to score in this quarter, and we are now past the halfway point of period number 2. Here's Peters in the lane, off-balance shot, good.
Good move by Peters there, using his size, but he also did a good job taking that extra dribble, big hop step over. You can't block that when you're Chatard, when you're only 6'2". Great job by him finishing that.
Wide open, shot on the way, another 3, rims in and out as Moore tried to get a second 3-pointer. Here come the Eagles back the other way. Baseline drive and another turnover. That's number 6. That's Green with that turnover. And a foul at midcourt. That'll go against Cole Loudon.
Heritage Christian just needs to calm down and play within themselves. They do have some good athletes, and they have some explosiveness, but he's got to find a way to harness that. Only second game of the season. That's obviously going to get better, but you want to win right now as well.
They're through a new system. We talked about that the other night. We had a couple of coaches in our Mount Vernon game. They were there for the first time. And so you're seeing a lot of new coaches, and it just takes time to get your system put in where everybody feels comfortable.
Absolutely. It's just natural. It's just natural.
Turnover by Bishop Chatard, their third. Question is, how long does it take, as we've got a foul caller? He stepped on the end line. He steps on the end line. That's number 7. How long does it take to get a system in where you feel comfortable, because you don't want to overload them too much really early?
Sometimes it's 2 to 3 months. Other times it takes a full year.
Wow.
It just kind of depends on, the culture where you're at, the type of student athletes you have, and how you coach them. You have to adjust to them as well.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And, boy, they got to really buy in, don't they?
Oh,
You're
absolutely.
going to make it work.
And that's the key right there, Troy.
Yeah.
You said it. You said it. That's it.
Boy, a lot of times if they're used to one system and that ball goes out of bounds, we'll stay here. If they're used to one system, maybe that coach has been there for a while and they've run that system since they're maybe even in junior high or younger, and all of a sudden that changes. You can see how it could take time.
Yeah, absolutely, especially for 15, 16, 17-year-old kids.
So Bishop Chatard trying now to build on a 3-point lead. Still just 2 points scored by Heritage in this quarter. This is Hill. Hill, nice step back, still holds on to the dribble as he works there against Cole Loudon. At this rate, we may not see a whole lot of points tonight. There's a block shot by Peters once again. Peters running the floor the other way, may have gotten away with a travel. They're going to call a block on this one, and he'll go to the line for 2.
Well, Peters did a good job. You said he might have got away with a travel, but he certainly did a good job slowing himself down, gathering himself, and going up and finishing.
I think they got Colin Guy. We're going to take another look at it right here. Now watch the other end. Watch his feet. There right there. Oh, my. That was NBA right there, Coach.
And it might have been a charge, too.
Yeah. So Peters will get the basket. He'll go to the line. Well, you watch a lot of NBA and you just think, well, maybe it's good for everybody, right?
Right. Just let it trickle down.
Yeah, let it trickle down. I think it has. Missed free throw again. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 missed free throws already for Heritage Christian. The drive and the block out of bounds.
And there you see Heritage Christian getting back to the basics and fundamentals they did early in the game. 6'8" guy rotates over quick. There's no way Roseman can get that shot off over him.
Loudon gets credit for the block. That'll be Hill inbounding for Bishop Chatard. Roseman wisely able to go into the backcourt to get it. As we're coming up on 2 minutes remaining in a very low-scoring second quarter. 5 points by Bishop Chatard, 4 by Heritage Christian. Roseman shot the air ball on that one, but it's knocked out of bounds. I think Peters got his hand on it, so stays with the Trojans.
Yeah, fight for the ball there. These two teams are getting after it. You love to see it, and it just happened to bounce Chatard's way that time.
Roseman out. Cash Moore is in. On the inbound, shot fake, and then Peters blocks it.
Peters is a legitimate force down there. We've seen him alter and change shots, and that's his second or third block in the game. I really like what he brings to this team.
By the way, Vaden will have to think about doing that twice next time.
That's
Maybe
right.
you can get him to go for a second fake. Coming up on 90 seconds remaining. Good look here at Loudon. Got caught in the air. The drive, scoop shot up, and good by Landon Schnippel.
Great job by Schnippel keeping his balance and using a couple good moves there.
Back the other way we go. Jump shot is on the way, and good. That's going to be Cash Moore.
Cash Moore with the second 3 of the night. He's very confident. I think he shot 4 or 5. I love to watch that kid play. He gets after it, man.
He came in, by the way, for Roseman. Ball is tipped out of bounds. Take another look at it right here. Boy, and that was nice. He not only had to go get the loose ball, but there's a player diving for the ball as well.
Yeah, no hesitation on that one.
Scott Semler is in. Colin Guy will sit down. He has 3 points. Josh McGee, as we mentioned, hit that early 3. It really hadn't shot a whole lot since. A little push off right there. Fadeaway jumper get by McGee.
Nice play by McGee right there. After the set broke down, Chatard defended it well, and McGee just made a play out of it.
So now down to 38 seconds. Near steal. Semler gives it up, gets it back, and then turns it over. Fourth turnover by Bishop Chatard. Back the other way we go. Layup good at the other end by Schnippel. He has 4.
Good job, Heritage Christian. They're using some of Chatard's pressure against them and going down and getting another transition basket.
I wasn't sure, as we've got a reaching foul. I was not sure we would see Heritage get into double figures in the quarter, but they have. Foul's going to be called there on number 2, I believe. That's going to be Loudon picking up his second.
And kind of got there in a hurry.
They did.
Yeah.
Is that his third now? So actually, Loudon just picked up number 3. He's been handling the basketball quite a bit. As you see Harrison Forrestal into the ball game. Here's a 3 by Semler. Missed it. Tip up and no good. As Vaden can't get it to go with 5.1, and we will stay right here.
Wide open look. Came up just short. Good job by Vaden crashing the offensive glass. We're going to get a timeout here.
Got a 30-second timeout with 5.1 remaining. Want to remind you that tonight's game brought to you in part by Tam Sweet and Savory Cafe. If you're looking for great food, maybe breakfast or lunch, check out Tam Sweet and Savory Cafe. They also specialize in baked goods, and they have daily specials. They're open Wednesday through Sunday from 8 until 2. Tam's Sweet and Savory Cafe, 6427 Oakland Road in Indianapolis. By the way, 7 turnovers for Heritage Christian, 4 turnovers by Bishop Chatard, and yet seems to be a pattern for me when I'm doing these games. The team that turns it over the most seems to win. Is there something wrong with that that narrative there?
I don't know. Maybe it's just early in the season. We'll chalk it up to that.
Okay, good. I thought maybe there was something wrong with me there for a minute. I mentioned to you guys off the air that we had a game the other night. The winning team had 35 turnovers. I don't think I've ever seen that.
Yeah, that's definitely a first.
Off the inbound. Wide open for 3 is good. How about that play by Cash Moore for Bishop Chatard to hit it as time runs out? I can see why you'd be very happy with the 5'9 junior from Bishop Chatard.
Absolutely. Great little set right there coming out. Just a simple pin down on a baseline out of bounds, and Cash Morse has all the confidence in the world when he's shooting.
I'll tell you what, and you'll see it again right here, a great screen set there by Vaden, but we were wondering, I mean, at one point Bishop Chatard had only 5, Heritage Christian had 4, and then for some reason we go on this big offensive run here at the end of the quarter.
Guys got comfortable, started settling in a little bit, finding their game and letting the nerves work out, and now we got a little bit of offense.
Now if you're Heritage Christian, if you can find a way to maybe get Peters a little more involved down on the low block, and certainly 7 turnovers isn't horrible at this stage. We'll see how that turns out, but that's another area where they just made some really, I wouldn't say costly errors, but maybe some silly errors.
Yeah, those 7 turnovers hurt, and I think trying to get him on the block, Bishop Chatard's really pushing those Heritage guards out, not letting them get clean looks. And that's something they'll have to adjust to at halftime. But they're hanging around, and other guys have stepped up and put some points on the board, but they got to make their free throws.
Yeah, that's been a big Achilles heel. You talk about Green missed 4, Peters missed 1, Taug missed 2. I mean, that's just way too many in the first half.
Oh, no question about it. And when you're playing a team that's as physical as Chatard is, that's what you want. You want to get to the free throw line. So what Heritage Christian is doing offensively is working. But when it's working, you're not getting field goals made, you're getting free throw attempts, and those free throw attempts have to go in.
One last thing before we take a break is you're at home. You shouldn't be missing those free throws. You've been working on these baskets for the entire season so far.
It's home court advantage, Troy.
Yeah,
got to put them in.
You would think so. All right, halftime score. It is 22-21. We'll come back with more in our halftime report in a moment right here on IndianaSRN.
Can't get to a computer? Then we've got you covered. Just go to the IndianaSRN app and stay up to date with all of your favorite teams. You can watch live coverage or relive the experience with our on-demand service.
Burtner Electric Incorporated is fully licensed and bonded electrical contractor for your protection. Our electricians are available 24/7 for service calls and specialize in electrical service and storm damage repair. For more information, give us a call today.
We encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, IndianaSRN. Hit the bell to get notifications for upcoming games and more. Watch as many games as you want, as many times as you want.
Hi, I'm Matt Wolford, president of the IHSAA Foundation, and we need your help. We need your help so the youth of our community can develop advanced leadership skills. We need your help giving high school administrators and coaches the instruction and insight they need to be better role models and teachers. To learn more or to make a tax-deductible contribution, go to IHSAAfoundation.org. You'll not only be contributing to the foundation of the IHSAA, you'll be contributing to the foundation of our community.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 160,000 participants here in Indiana who take part in high school sports.
Becoming a licensed sports official is a great way to make a positive difference in the community and support the over 160,000 Indiana student athletes that participate across 22 IHSAA sports. Sports officiating allows you to stay connected to the game Become a role model for our young student athletes. Earn extra money and support the patrons and communities of our IHSAA member schools. To learn more about becoming a licensed IHSAA official, log on to ihsaa.org/officials today.
Tonight's game brought to you in part by Boilermaker Local 374. They can offer you a career as an iron shipbuilder, blacksmith, or general helper. For more information, contact the International Brotherhood of Boilermakers, 219-845-1065. A couple of updates on some scores. They haven't rolled in quite as quickly tonight. Noblesville now leading Carmel at halftime, 24-22. Mount Vernon on top of Pendleton Heights in the second quarter, 28-26. Muncie Central at halftime leading Logansport. How about this one, 17-16? How exciting is that? And Plainfield, they did beat Martinsville 65-39. We're at 22-21 here at halftime. Quick check of the scoring. Bishop Chatard led by Cash Moore. He had 11. 9 of those points coming in the second quarter. 6 points by Ethan Roseman. Colin Guy finished with 3, and Chris Hill had 2. On the other side, it was Luke Peters with 6. Josh McGee had 5. Landon Schnippel had 4. 3 points by DJ Green. Cole Loudon had 2, and Lincoln Taug finished with 1 in that first half. But it is a 1-point lead for Bishop Chatard. Your thoughts? What do we need to do, and what are we going to see here in the second half?
I think Chatard just needs to keep doing what they're doing on both ends of the floor, be a little more crisp and patient on offense. Defensively, they're doing great. And Heritage Christian, when you get to the line, obviously make your free throws. Find a way to keep doing what you're doing defensively on Roseman. They've done a good job limiting him.
Boy, getting the start in the second half, because he had such a good first half, is Moore. Shot is on the way, and the miss, and the offensive rebound, and then they throw it into the backcourt as Sam Feeney thought he was playing quarterback and looking for that deep touchdown pass.
Right. And turnovers, as we thought, were going to be a theme tonight. Just two teams with a lot of new players in Chatard's first game, and a rivalry and a good crowd. Kids are amped up.
5 turnovers. Here's Peters. Gives it up on the left wing, and the three-pointer's missed as McGee can't get it to go, and quickly Bishop Chatard into the half court. Look at Semler running the point. Almost lost it right there as he gives it up now to Roseman. Roseman and Moore, they're going to be a heck of a tandem this year once they get a lot of games under their belt.
Oh, I agree. Chatard's going to be a good basketball team. For that matter, so is Heritage Christian. We talked about how maybe last year they were disappointing. I think this year they're going to be surprisingly good.
I think you can kind of see that, the enthusiasm of the crowd here tonight in a full house. Of course, as you mentioned earlier, it's a rivalry between these two teams, and you look at the series over the last 32 meetings, Bishop Chatard has actually won 19 of the 32. A little bit of an edge there, but a lot of very close games last year. Heritage was beaten by Bishop Chatard both games.
Yeah. I think Chatard's got a 3-game win streak, and I don't think Coach Rhodes lost to him since he's been there.
Peters, by the way, that's block number 4. Peters feeding it down low. A double team and a whistle and a foul call, and that will send DJ Green to the line, which tonight has not been good news.
He's doing a good job drawing fouls, and that was a good job on the high-low by Peters there after blocking the shot. He's really asserted himself on both ends. But like you said, Green's got to make these foul shots, man. He's doing a great job earning them. Now reward yourself.
Luke will look next time if Green misses. Now, if he'd have missed that one, I'm pretty sure Peters would have said, next time I'm shooting a 15-footer. We're not going to do the high-low here.
Exactly.
So DJ Green, 1 of 2. Second one is on the way, and he misses that one. That is now 6 missed free throws tonight by DJ Green. We won't talk about that too much until the end of the game when you see what the margin of victory or the margin of error will be. Fadeaway jumper is no good by Roseman. Here's Loudon. Loudon, by the way, playing with those 3 fouls. It goes out of bounds and a turnover.
Got a little sped up there again and just needed to calm down, not try to go in there. He didn't really have an option and just lost the ball out of bounds.
That is now unofficially 8 turnovers by Heritage Christian. We saw Bishop Chatard run this defense earlier. 15-footer is on the way and good by Roseman.
They did a good job passing and not dribbling to get to that. Roseman was able to get to a spot right there for the mid-range pull-up.
And tit for tat, as you see right here, as you go back the other way, and not quite the same extended defense as you saw a little bit ago by Heritage Christian. Here's a pull-up jumper off the mark badly there by Green.
Chatard going underneath all those screens and handoffs. I think that's the game plan. Let them shoot threes.
Roseman missed it, rebounded by Loudon. He nearly threw it away. So now Heritage a chance to tie it right here. Well, we might be the first one to 50 tonight.
Yeah.
It's going to be close.
You know, it's funny you say that. John Harrell predicted 50 to 42 Chatard.
Oh, did he really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Here's a 16-footer in the spin, and good. DJ Green.
That's from the free throw line area, too.
Yeah, well, what's so hard about that, right?
Maybe you just need somebody guarding him.
I agree.
Yep.
You should always give him that option. You know,
Yeah.
Coach, I feel better if somebody's on me instead of letting me stand here by myself. So now Bishop Chatard. This is Roseman. That's Semler driving down the lane, and we've got a blocking foul called against Peters, and they're going to give him a 2-shot on this one.
Oh, wow.
This is the last shot you saw moments ago by DJ Green. Well, Semler will take it. He has not scored tonight. First trip to the free throw line, and it is a successful one.
Yeah, I thought he went in there and Heritage Christian rotated. He kind of ran out of real estate, but you know the official saw a foul and going up for 2, so he's going to take advantage of it here by hitting both of them.
Yeah, I actually thought that the way he was positioned, he ran into the guy, called the foul, then he let him go up. But we're maybe, again, still playing those NBA rules tonight. So 26-24, Chatard with a 2-point lead. It's hard not to think that sometimes, isn't it? There's a turnover. Steal by Roseman. Layup good at the other end.
Nice job there by Roseman, kind of baited him into that. Was able to get his hand on it, go down and finish.
Heritage now 9 turnovers. They trail it by 4. Loudon thought about the drive or the shot, gave it up. Here's Green. Green may have gotten away with a little push right there. Peters, shot fake drive, put it on the floor, nearly losing it. Now loose basketball, and we will get a jump ball.
Well, Peters had a beautiful shot fake there, and it worked. But Chatard is cramming everything in. You can't drive a single gap like that. That's why Roseman, he barely even had to try to reach his hand out there and got his hand on the ball. And I think Coach Roseman scouted them against Columbus North. They did not shoot the 3-ball well. They are going to pack it in, and I think you're seeing the fruits of that labor right now.
You know, one thing I noticed about Peters, and we see a lot of bigs now, guys that are 6'8", 6'9", they're not afraid to shoot that ball from 3-point range.
Heck no, and they can make it too.
Yeah.
There's a lot of them that can do it.
Got a foul out front on the drive by Schnippel. That'll be Colin Guy picking up number 3.
Checked right in and got a third one. That's a tough break for him. I think he's coming. No, they're going to leave him in there.
Colin had a heck of a championship game in football. I think he ended up with 3 interceptions in the championship game, so he played well.
He's coming out now. They had 6 on the court, so.
You can tell he didn't want to come out. Nice move to the basket, and the bucket good by Peters.
Little stack play, got the guy cutting back towards the basket. Always seems to work.
So back to a 2-point lead. By the way, Hill in the lineup now for Bishop Chatard. Here is Vaden. Off once again to Roseman. Roseman back to Hill. Hill has scored just 2 points tonight, both on free throws back in the opening quarter. Roseman, the drive, the feed, and then a block shot by Peters, number 5.
Good offense, good defense.
That was Evan Tommen in there, the 6-foot junior. That shot's going to be missed, and we have a foul, I believe, on Peters in the backcourt.
We've seen about 5 or that was in transition, but we've seen about 5 or 6 open threes from Heritage Christian that they've just not been able to capitalize on. You do that combined with the missed free throws, and you're only down 2. You got to take that as a win.
Yeah.
You know.
And don't forget those 9 turnovers.
And those 9 turnovers. Yeah. The triple threat.
Yes.
Yeah.
Peters, by the way, picked up that foul. That is his first. Ball nearly knocked away by Peters right there. And they're going to get Lincoln Taug on the foul. He didn't like it, but once you get handsy out front, a lot of times they're going to get you on that.
Yeah, they are. And again, as kids, the coaches know, but the kids got to read it too. Understand how the officials are calling the game. They've been pretty consistent calling that up by the volleyball line when you've been reaching and hacking tonight.
So now Bishop Chatard still with a 2-point lead. Roseman sometimes will play the off guard, sometimes he'll play the point. Hill getting trapped in the circle, gives it off to Roseman. A little smaller lineup here for Bishop Chatard. You have really, 3 guards, and there's a turnover. And then the ball coming loose. Each team with a turnover, and ball stripped away, and there's another one, yeah.
What'd you say it was a season of giving, Troy?
Boy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Wow. Nice feed underneath for the moment, and then we've got a whistle and a foul. That's going to put DJ Green to the line. Pass at one time was intended for Peters.
Deflected right back to him. He got it, and then just, through the scramble of a loose ball, got a foul and going up to shoot 2 more.
It's going to be the 3rd team foul. I do believe they got Evan Tommen on the foul, number 11, and that'll be his first. Back into the lineup, Sam Feeney. DJ Green will try to make it a 1-point ball game. Stroke looking much better.
There you go. We're all tied up.
1:56 remaining here in the 3rd. And I believe this is going to be a full timeout. We're tied at 28.
Aspen Creek Grill, we are a from-scratch concept with comfort fresh food. You can expect a world-class experience on a great budget. We've got incredible specials, great service. Today's dish that we're going to highlight is going to be our Aspen Blue Sirloin. It is, again, our premium Black Angus certified beef, and we top that with a blue cheese crust. Again, everything that we do here is made from scratch, and it's no different from our steaks. We hand cut all our steaks in-house. So our team back there, it's just an incredible team. Everything that they do, they take so much pride in. They put a little bit of themselves into everything that they do over here, especially since it is a made from scratch concept. We want everybody to come, visit us, enjoy some great food with some great service. Bring your friends, bring your family, come have some great food, have a great time with us with some of the best comfort scratch food.
Under 2 minutes remaining here in the 3rd. Trojan basketballs were tied at 28. Good look here at Chris Hill, the sophomore. Hands off now to Roseman, guarded there by Taug.
Taug's done a good job on Roseman tonight. Nothing comes easy for him.
As long as you can make him a little uncomfortable, right?
That's right. Make him earn it, man.
The handoff, the shot fake. A nice pass underneath, layup good by Feeney. Give the assist to Moore.
Tell you what, Cade Moore's, for his first varsity game, he's shown out tonight. I really like him.
Yeah, he's done excellent. Heritage Christian back the other way. Layup good by DJ Green.
DJ attacking the smaller Moore there and going up and finishing. Good job by him, recognizing the matchup.
Under a minute to go. Vaden lost it out of bounds. 7th turnover now by Bishop Chatard. Here's a long 3 on the way. That's off the mark as Cole Loudon can't get it to go, but we'll stay here as that goes off the hands of a Trojan player. Look at that. Got Peters in the air. He was looking for block number 6.
Yeah.
Peters just 8 points tonight. And ball loose, turnover number 12.
Chatard. Good D by Chatard there.
Hill back the other way, got hammered on the way up. That'll be Lincoln Taug picking up number 2.
Hill's going to get 2 free throws here. He did great jobs getting in the passing lane. Ball came out, went coast to coast, saw no one in front of him. You're going to have to foul me to stop me, and they did.
So Hill goes to the line for the 3rd and 4th times tonight. Well, I said first one to 50. I'm not sure we'll get there yet. We're kind of looking under that one now. There's a miss. 3 misses from the line tonight. That's not bad for Chatard, but we mentioned the amount of misses we have seen by Heritage Christian. Numbers went up a little bit better with DJ Green hitting his last 2. Hill's next free throw is good. He has 3.
Chatard back in that press here, trying to slow Heritage down, get him out of sync, get him out of rhythm.
Schnipple working in the backcourt as you see Loudon. You know, the one thing I've noticed so far about Heritage is that 3 is no good. Ball tipped out. Pass attempt underneath, and last touch there by Feeney. I got to ask you, other than, it's hard to tell, have you seen a really true point guard yet for Heritage Christian?
No, that's a good point. They're kind of doing it by committee. And some of that might have to do with Chatard's defense and the way they've been guarding him, but it looks like they're doing it by committee.
Ball nearly stolen away there by Feeney. That just came to my mind because I think is DJ Green, is it Loudon? Loudon's been there, as you'd mentioned. We've seen
Taug a little bit.
Yep, he's been there. McGee a little bit. Just it's kind of interesting.
It's good to have that kind of versatility, that's for sure. It makes it harder to scout and harder to defend, but
yeah, that's Peters. Yeah. Peters like, no, yeah, I think if you look at it again, you kind of stuck that shoulder out.
Yep. Physical game tonight, too.
Yeah.
We probably haven't talked about that enough, but that kind of is a microcosm of tonight. Yeah, he was headhunting him there.
Oh, man. It might be that little bit of elbow there, too. That's going to do it for period number 3. Bishop Chatard leads it by 1.
To you. Standing with us, you are truly making a difference in the lives of our neighbors in need.
Tonight's game brought to you in part by the Morales Group. They're building better futures one story at a time. They have locations in Indianapolis, Zionsville, Anderson, Columbus, and Lafayette. For more information, give them a call at 317-472-7600. DJ Green leading the way for Heritage Christian with 10 points. Luke Peters has 8. On the other side, 11 by Moore. Did not score in the third, and 10 points by Roseman. See Eagles basketball to begin the quarter. There's a little floater on the baseline by Loudon. He has 4.
Nice little pull. You said it, Joe. That's a great little floater pull-up right there.
Roseman, his pass attempt inside, turns it over, and then commits the double whammy with the foul as well.
Well, this fourth quarter now, we've seen 3 quarters of pretty much even basketball. Who's going to take care of the ball? Who's going to make their free throws? And part of taking care of the ball is who is going to get the best shots and run their offense.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, and you're right. If Heritage Christian can do that, you kind of feel that they really should be leading this ball game by more than 1.
Absolutely.
High screen by Peters. He stayed set that time. We've got a foul call underneath. A nice pass down low as Leighton Dolvin has come into the ball game now for Heritage Christian.
Well, we've seen it twice now, and it's resulted in a basket and now a foul. Hill has gone over the top out of those ball screens very high up on the court, which generally you don't do, and Chatard has not been doing just out of principle in this game, and it's led to Heritage Christian's taking advantage, gotten downhill, been able to make some plays.
Free throw is missed. Boy, they're going to look back at this and probably end up, if they do a shoot around tomorrow morning, before, I don't know if they play tomorrow, I'd have to check, but might be a little free throw shooting practice.
No question about it. I think there's going to be some film and free throws. That's a guarantee.
Yeah. Harrison Forstall is back in. That'll give Bishop Chatard a little more size. Both free throws are missed. Coming away with it is Semler. Semler back to Hill. Strong drive, the kick. Here is Moore. And blocked out of bounds. Peters may have gotten another one. What's that, number 6 now?
That's got to be number 5 or 6 for him. Good pace by Chatard there, though. Everybody was driving, kicking, moving with a purpose. That's a good look to get right there, and Peters just erased it.
The Heritage holding on to that 1-point lead. I was mentioning to you guys off the air, too. I had that game the other night where one team that missed 14 free throws. It's just amazing. Here is Hill. High arcing jumper, no good. Peters with a rebound. Peters will lead the break. Good look here at Taug is a drive and offensive foul called on DJ Green.
And Colin Guy, they didn't give it to him earlier, but they gave him that one. Give him the credit, for having the persistence to go back and do it again. He was deep under the basket, rotated over, was there in plenty of time. That's a great job. That's a winning play right there.
No doubt about it. Is Roseman back in now for Bishop Chatard, down by 1. I'm going to have to keep track here. I lost track how many free throws are missed. I'm going to get that in our next dead break. Because I know you don't want to beat a dead horse, but for a team like Heritage Christian who's not shooting the ball from 3 very well, as that shot's going to be missed by Moore, those are really, that kind of magnifies things even more.
Absolutely, Troy. No, there's no question about it. Good set by Chatard there. Heritage kind of defended it well after the stagger, and that was kind of an ill-advised 3, wasn't set.
Strong drive, basket good by Loudon. He has 6.
Now you're seeing Heritage Christian now. They're kind of using that Chatard's defensive aggression against them. Chatard may want to back up when they're that far up at the top of the court.
Drive baseline and a traveling call against Semler. That is their 9th turnover.
And again, you're seeing it kind of balancing out with the turnovers. I think Coach Roseman needs to just relay to his team, calm down, play what got you the lead earlier in the game, and come out and execute and play your game.
By the way, just added up, and again, 10 free throws missed tonight by Heritage Christian. They have just 1 3-pointer made, and that was way back in the first quarter by McGee. Off balance jumper off the glass, good by DJ Green. He has 12.
Good move by him there, kept his balance when he could have traveled. Good finish.
Timeout, Bishop Chatard, as Heritage leads it by 5.
To you. Standing with us. You are truly making a difference in the lives of our neighbors in need.
Well, it's only a 6-0 run here put together by Heritage Christian, but it's really a pretty big 6-0 run simply from the standpoint now you really feel the momentum going their way.
That and points are at a premium this game. So a 5-point lead, maybe doesn't seem big. But so far, if this game holds up the way it's been going, that's kind of like an 8-10 point lead normally.
No doubt about it. Let's see what Bishop Chatard can do after the timeout. Off the screen is Moore. In the corner, 3-pointer is no good.
that's a good play and good decision by Cade Moore. Good job by Coach Roseman, getting his two best shooters a look out of a timeout.
Colin Guy again had the good look, but the missed shot. We've got a whistle and a foul on the floor. It'll stay here, and they're going to get Colin Guy for the foul, and that's number 4. Yes, sir.
He certainly struggled tonight. They need him on the court, but he struggled with foul trouble. And this is the second time he's checked in and got a foul within 30 seconds.
I feel like they're picking on him a little bit, huh? Peters, the handoff. Loudon for 3. A big bucket right there for Loudon. Just their second three-pointer of the night.
And he was due, that's for sure. And he made sure to make that one count.
And all of a sudden, it's an 8-point lead. Good look here at Moore. The kick out to Hill. His three-pointer good.
Good answer by Chris Hill, the sophomore, stepping up, knocking that one down, getting Chatard right back in it, cutting this thing to 5.
It took Bishop Chatard nearly 3 minutes to get their first points here in the fourth quarter. Still down by 5. Skip pass in the corner, nearly lost. Well, that would have been turnover number 15 for Heritage Christian. Loudon will slow things up as he works against Roseman.
Oh.
Boy, this is an off-balance 3. Good, but how about Lincoln Taug hitting that one?
Well, that's 2 in a row now for Heritage Christian, and that was not an easy shot.
It got you a little reaction there when you saw him set to release that, huh?
That's right. Little sidestep action.
I think it surprised a lot of us because he's left-hander going right.
Yeah, yep.
Bishop Chatard basketball. That's Semler. Hill on the drive. Good defense here by the Eagles. Semler again in the lane, lost it. 10th turnover. And back the other way, a foul called against Bishop Chatard. They're going to get Sam Feeney.
And Heritage has done a good job here kind of taking control of this game a little bit. I mean, it starts just by making shots. I mean, they made 2 tough ones.
Yeah.
And they were both threes, and that's 6 points, and it's an 8-point lead. So, sometimes the ball falls, sometimes it doesn't. But Heritage Christian has been working all game and finally getting it to go.
Drive in the lane, shot a little bit short there by Green, and we've got a rebounding foul that'll go against Heritage Christian.
So he grabbed him after he got the rebound there.
So that'll be the 3rd foul, I do believe. And we've gotten into the 4-minute mark. Still an 8-point lead. You said who's going to take control of this one, and so far it's been Heritage Christian. Here's Hill. Semler backs it away, and now we'll find Roseman. Roseman guarded there by Green. Well, Roseman couldn't find a shot, could he?
No. Chatard's got to get a little bit more movement here.
Hill shoots the air ball. That one actually goes out of bounds.
Chatard went with a little back screen, ball screen, the old UCLA action to start with there. Heritage defended it well, and then the Trojans just kind of stood around looking for Roseman to make a play or somebody to do something that was easy to defend.
By the way, 12-3 run in this quarter put together by Heritage Christian. And they now lead it by 8, and they can kind of slow things down a little bit here, too, and use some clock if they need to.
Absolutely.
Good look here at Green. Loudon, the spin, off-balance jumper, no. Offensive rebound, put back, yes, and there's your big guy, Luke Peters.
And again, he continues his excellent start to the season right there. He'd kind of been quiet on the offensive end, but when you can't get touches and the other team's pushing your guards out so they can't throw it in, you're a big guy like that, go to the offensive glass. Always a good way to get yourself going.
There you saw it right there, and of course that'll get the home crowd on their feet here tonight. A 10-point lead. That is the biggest lead of the night. And we're under 3 minutes remaining. Peters trying to complete the three-point play. He will not get his offensive rebound off the miss. Got hammered there, no whistle.
No call.
But the putback good.
But got the 2 points. Oh.
And we've got a foul the other way, and we've got a little bit of a scrum going here. That was Luke Peters. And looked like it might have been Sam Feeney.
Mm-hmm. Well, Feeney kind of like uprooted him when he took the shot after that, and then they, like you said, got in his face, and it kind of just went down the court there, and unfortunate incident.
We have 3 officials going to talk about this one. We'll come back, and 2:44 remaining, a 12-point lead.
We encourage you to follow us on Twitter at IndianaSRN. Find upcoming games, video highlights, and much more. Follow us now at IndianaSRN.
Can't get to a computer? Then we've got you covered. Just go to the IndianaSRN app and stay up to date with all of your favorite teams. You can watch live coverage or relive the experience with our on-demand service.
Well, the official's still talking about it. We do have a technical foul situation here. And I believe it's going to go against Bishop Chatard. That's going to be Sam Feeney. And I think they've tossed him.
Yeah, and again, young kids, sometimes emotion gets the best of you. And these are all competitive kids. They want to win the game. And it's just an unfortunate incident, but it's something they'll learn from.
Feeney's still jawing. In fact, he's got to leave. He was jawing to some of the players out on the floor, kind of showing them that he has a ring, I think, for football. But this is a different sport here, Sam. Luke Peters will go to the line. Yeah, and let's face it, there was some interaction going on this end of the floor, as you mentioned, that kind of got things started, didn't it?
Absolutely. There was some chatter at the free throw line. Guys were fouling guys hard, and they were letting each other know about it, and it just escalated from there.
So might have been a few kind words said during that exchange. Huh? And then, of course, it escalated going down the floor, and you saw Peters run into Feeney, and Feeney didn't move.
Feeney did not move. Yeah. You can tell he's been in the weight room.
Yes, yeah. He's a big fella. Second free throw is missed. They've missed 12 free throws tonight.
So we had the 2 technical and then the 2 from the actual foul, I believe.
Yeah. And there's another. That's 13. This should be a 15-point game at least.
Yep.
Loudon will try number 2, and he gets that one. Loudon having a really big fourth quarter. 9 points. He has 11 overall. Now, I don't know. I'm pretty sure that the way it sets now, that when you're tossed from a game, Sam Feeney will not be able to play in the next game.
Correct, and then whatever penalties Chatard High School or the coaching staffs want to add on to that, if any, who have to deal with as well.
I'd be like, it's okay, Sam, you've won us some championships in football. Right. Don't worry about it. Just take your 1-game suspension. Plus, you never know. He ends up in the NFL sometime down the road. You might be able to, get some money back.
That's right.
There's another turnover. The pass intended there for Peters. You got to see when you're doing that. You got to think down the road a little bit,
That's
right?
Yeah.
Who the donors might be.
Yeah.
You don't want him to go, hey, remember when you didn't let me play in about 4 games back in the 23 season? Forget it. So now Bishop Chatard down by 14. Time running out. Semler off now to Roseman for 3. Missed it. And sneaking in for the rebound is Loudon.
Now Chatard, trying to score quickly here. They're going to have to shoot quick, and that's kind of what you saw right there, and see if they can get some stops.
By the way, Bishop Chatard, 3 points here in the fourth quarter. That was the Chris Hill 3 at the 5-minute mark, and we got a blocking foul. We saw what we thought was going to be a drought early in the ball game. In the second quarter, they kind of picked it up, but right now Bishop Chatard just can't find any offense.
No, they can't. That's a credit to Heritage's defense, for one. But two, like we talked about, Colin Guy's been in foul trouble. He was their second leading returning scorer. And, they just haven't got a chance to get in a rhythm yet. They've only practiced as a full team for maybe less than 2 weeks. And so for these guys, this is a good chance to be able to look at this film and say, hey, here's what we did wrong, here's what we did right. get back in the gym, work on it, and they'll be fine going down the road.
Should I mention how many misses that is, or would you like me to skip it for the moment?
Oh. And that'll be Heritage Christian. That and the turnovers. You know, you can take a lot out of a win, a double-digit win potentially here, and you miss that many free throws and have that many turnovers. Man, you feel good as a coach about being in your film session the next day.
Exactly. Roseman misses. Vaden with the offensive rebound, lost it. Hill able to get it back. Roseman once again on the drive, tried to sidestep Peters, and able to save it from going out of bounds. Here's Semler. Three-pointer by Moore is good.
He's had a nice game tonight, and he's certainly emerged as a guy. I think he was a JV player last year.
Yeah.
Sophomore, and he certainly emerged as a guy that's going to be able to help this team this year.
That's his first points in the second half. He's going to lead the team. Right now he has 14. Roseman has 10, and there's another turnover. That's 16 now. I'll tell you this right now. This is my, 2 out of 3 games where I've watched the team miss 14 free throws. So, yeah, they can blame me if they want, but I tell you what, that's tough.
Maybe it's you.
It probably could be.
Troy.
It's like volleyball. I always get the 5 setters, you know,
Yeah.
and then nobody wants to work with me then. The games take too long. Couple of changes here as McGee is back in. You'll see Semler sit down as Colin Guy will check back in. And we are under a minute to go. Chatard will have to make a pretty quick run right here. Ball loose. Finally picked up. Wide open here is Guy in the corner. Misses it. And it'll go back over now to the Eagles. Well, I'd be like, slow it down, fellas.
Yeah. Take care of this ball. And now here late in the game, you can work on your 2 biggest weaknesses, turnovers and free throws.
Nice pass underneath, and the layup good by Green.
And there they did it great. Broke that press, broke the pressure, and were able to get a layup out of it.
And that's probably going to break the back right here of Bishop Chatard. Roseman is going to get fouled by Peters. And the first thing I know you're going to agree with me on this one, why?
Why, exactly. And again, competitive juices are flowing. It's early in the season. But that right there, that is something that coach can take, another positive he can take. Well, turn a negative into a positive. Say, hey, don't do that anymore. You know, if that's a 3-point game,
yeah,
it's a different situation than a 14-1.
You know, the best thing, you love to win, but the other thing about it, you know, coaches, you've been a coach a long time. You love to go into the locker room and tell them all the things they did wrong, too, right? That way they don't get too cocky for the practice the next time.
Yeah, you know you're happy inside,
yeah,
but you know you can keep their attention.
Yes.
Yep.
Just don't get too happy.
Yeah,
Don't show them too much. Third free throw is no good, so 1 of 3. Peters can't hold on. They'll get it back. Layup good by Roseman. All of a sudden, it's down to 11, and another turnover. Roseman, bucket good, and he's fouled. What is going on, Coach?
Well, and you know, with Bishop Chatard kids, like I said, they're never going to quit. They're going to keep playing, and that's what we're seeing right here. And again, this is something, if they do come up short, they do run out of time. As we see the replay here, Coach Roseman will certainly be able to take a look at and show his kids, like, hey, we give this effort all game. It's going to be different.
It's going to be a line violation on Roseman. You know, I noticed the one thing right there also by Heritage. Did you notice when the ball went out of bounds and they were going to inbound, nobody went to the basketball?
Nobody went to the ball. We talked about that the other night. Meet the pass.
Yeah.
Meet the pass.
Well, they did this time with McGee. 7 seconds remaining, and that'll be a foul on Hill.
Well, Heritage Christian, they're going to make them earn all 32 minutes of it tonight.
Well, Heritage Christian will go to 2-0. Bishop Chatard will fall to 0-1. And as we mentioned moments ago, Bishop Chatard will play Washington on December the 13th. Heritage Christian, their next game will be against Guerin Catholic. And boy, that's going to be – you better not miss a lot of free throws in that one.
No, Guerin Catholic, as we talked about and we've seen in person, one of the better teams in Class 3A. So, Heritage Christian, this is a good tune-up for them for that one.
Saw Guerin the other night. They are well balanced. Here's Roseman driving, and another block shot by Peters to end the ball game. Big fourth quarter for Heritage Christian, and they win at 53-42. And you got to like Heritage Christian. They overcame so many obstacles tonight. Again, with everything wanting to get rid of what happened last year. You didn't shoot the three well again tonight, but you really did what you had to do despite the missed free throws and the turnovers.
Absolutely, and credit to Heritage Christian for how well they played in the fourth quarter. Chatard did a really good job putting pressure on them defensively, as did Heritage, the vice versa. But they were able to break through it, have a big fourth quarter, defend their home court, and now they're 2-0.
All right, so your final score here tonight. Again, it was Heritage Christian, a big fourth quarter. They win it by a final of 53-42. Thanks to the entire crew for being with us here tonight, and thank you for joining us with high school basketball in Indiana SRN.